Show starts in 5 minutes.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Hey, fellas, don't fight over that hot dog. There's plenty for everyone. Big, plump, and juicy, wrapped in an oven-fresh bun. Add mustard, relish, ketchup, and go to work. Yes, the hot dogs at our refreshment center are the best you'll find anywhere. Everybody agrees on that.
It's 4 minutes till showtime.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. We promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go! Show starts in 3 minutes.
Your attention, please. All new hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
It's 2 minutes till showtime.
Popcorn, candy, ooh, hot dog, popsicle. Oh boy, Santa orange.
Show starts in 1 minute.
There are words men live by, words of strength, of wisdom, and of peace. We urge you to find the spiritual comfort and guidance we all so greatly need by attending your place of worship regularly.
Here's a new taste treat. The corn dog. Plump, juicy wieners are dipped in a thick, golden Southern-style corn batter that seals in all their freshness and flavor. If you like hot dogs, you'll love corn dogs. Everybody does. Try a corn dog with your favorite beverage. At the refreshment corner now. Corn dogs.
Broadcasting live from beautiful Union City, New Jersey. Welcome back to the Movie Quiz. This is your 2022 Oscar night virtual Oscars party. Here we go. Hello and welcome to the Movie Quiz. It's been several weeks. It's been like a month and a half. I am your host, Chris Mann Nelson, and in just a few minutes, we will be embarking on a trivia odyssey through trivia questions, puzzles, and also tonight, Oscar picks, because tonight is our Oscar special. So tonight will be a mix of you making Oscar picks and also answering questions about trivia. It's going to be a TMQ game with making your Oscar picks peppered in. We'll explain that a little bit more as it goes. So as always, this is a completely free game to play, and it's completely interactive. All you have to do is head to this website right here, play.themoviequiz.com, enter your team name, enter your email address. Sorry, I got distracted by this comment that my son thinks I look great, which is nice. I'll hold on to that when he's a teenager and shitting on me constantly. All right, so all you got to do to play the game is head to this website, put in your team name, put in your email address, hit join the game, and that is what you will be doing. You will be joining the game using our Rizio software. That's where you'll be answering questions and also entering your Oscar picks. So it is, like I said, a totally free game to play. We do accept donations. I'm not going to hit you too hard about it tonight. Tonight's mostly just, this is just a lark. It's just a goof. It's for fun. So let's bring in your guests, our guests tonight, playing alongside you, answering trivia and making Oscar picks. They are friends of the show, and their show is always starting late because of this show. Please welcome back Meredith and Peter. They are here.
What's up?
Hello, welcome.
Happy Oscars night.
Yes. Happy Oscars night, everybody.
This is our Super Bowl, right?
Before I go too far, I want to point out, if anyone's wondering, this is because of the St. Peter's Peacocks. I don't have any actual St. Peter's gear, even though there's a ton of alums in my family. But this was actually, it's the right colors, and it's a peacock. So please put St. Peter's updates in the chat. I know that the first half was not good. So it's not looking great against UNC, but you never know. So welcome, Meredith and Peter. So before let some teams filter in and maybe think about their Oscar picks. You guys, we talked a little bit before the show. You got through all 10 Best Picture nominees and then some, you were saying, right?
We did. We watched all 10, and we've seen almost all of the movies that are nominated in acting categories.
Wow.
Right. We did a big five. I think the only things we didn't see are what did we watch, Meredith?
What did we not watch? We haven't seen Parallel Mothers.
Yeah.
And then we haven't seen the shorts and most of the documentaries.
Yeah, I saw I watched, I tried to catch up on some shorts today. We're all dressed up. We were saying pre-show that there's been no excuse to get dressed up in several years. So
yep.
So why not? I mean, I'm wearing jeans. I'm not in a full suit. I'm not a madman. But it's nice to wear. It's nice to wear a bow tie and a vest. I'll probably ditch the jacket halfway through the game. All right, so we got 13 teams in here, and actually, this is going to get weird because I'm going to put myself into this too, so I can make my Oscar picks. I'm going to put my own. I'm going to put McClunky in the lineup in order to make my Oscar picks. I won't be answering trivia because I know all the answers. This stool, I think my stool is broken. I'm sliding down much quicker than I ever All right, we got a bad St. Peter's update in the chat here. All right, so we're gonna get. I think we're gonna get started with everything. We're gonna start off with actually a before we do anything, we have to put it. We got to put it into in-game mode. It is in in-game mode. Here it comes. That's the old. Wait, that's the old one. Where's the good one? There it is. There we go. That's the fancy pants one.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Animated. Wow.
It's animated. Yeah, it's the finest animation that 20 minutes in Photoshop making a GIF will get you.
He
all
just
right.
died. Oh, rest in peace, Mr. GIF man.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Giffman. He died.
He did actually say in the announcement of his death that it's pronounced GIF.
I know that's a case where it's like, I know that that's right, but I can't do it.
I'm a GIF convert. I was like hardline GIF all the way. And then because people were like, Peter, it should be GIF. And I'm like, okay, fine. It's one of those things like, you just go along with it. You're just like, oh, okay.
Fine. You win. You win. All right, so let's jump into our first round. Here is your first round of Oscar picks, because quite controversially, if you've been following the Oscars backstory here, they've relegated 8 categories to to pre-show status, and that's going to be happening in like 20 minutes. So I figure spoilers are going to happen. So the way we're going to do Oscar picks tonight, I changed the plan. I think it makes more sense, and based on what people were how people were feeling. We're not going to do them during the ceremony. We're going to do them during the TMQ broadcast, but we're going to do them in chunks. So we're not sitting here going through 23 nominees, just saying, okay, everybody make your pick. We're going to do them in 3 blocks. 1 block now, which is the pre-show relegated ones, which I want to talk about with you guys, because it's hard. These are major categories. Some of these integral to the art of filmmaking that they're just like, nah. Not going to be not done live. And I also read somebody tweeted they're not even showing them in the green room at the Dolby Theater, which is like, why? So we're going to do these. And then in the middle of the game, in between trivia rounds, we'll do another 7. And then after the trivia game is over, then we will do the last 8, which is going to be your big categories. And then when the ceremony happens, I will regrade them in real time. So you're going to see, let's open up your first one to show you how this works. So the first one that everyone's going to be picking here, this is your guess. This round is all about your guess for tonight's Oscar ceremony. And the first category is documentary short. The nominees are Audible, Lead Me Home, The Queen of Basketball, 3 Songs for Benazir, and When We Were Bullies. Those are your options. And and you'll also see, and the Oscar goes to. That's just the dummy answer. That's always going to come up as the correct answer right now. And then once I know who wins, like say Audible wins later on tonight, everyone who puts Audible is going to get a point. So, and the Oscar goes to is always going to come up correct, but it's always going to be wrong because it's just a dummy answer. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope so. I've got 12 in for documentary short, 12 out of 15. So, and don't forget to hit submit. Very important. I'll go over the rules.
Yeah, hit submit. Also, shout out to you, Bert. Good to see you, and great to see you last Sunday, 2 weeks in a row from the King's Cup. Sorry, next time you'll get it. Okay, sorry.
Oh, do we have a King's Cup competitor here?
Yeah, your Bert is here.
Oh, great! And they did.
Pretty good. But
excellent.
they didn't win. Sorry, you're burnt. I didn't mean to. I didn't want to anyway.
All right.
I love you.
I'm looking at I don't know. I'll tell you guys the breakdowns when we do the live chat, because our TMQ broadcast is going to end right around before the Oscars starts, but we're going to keep the chat open so we can all hang out, whoever wants to hang out and talk shit about the Oscars, because it is something I love and hate simultaneously. So you'll see here, and the Oscar goes to, we are going to see how it breaks down. Right. We're going to see how everybody guessed here on this one. So the correct answer is always going to be and the Oscar goes to, but then I'll fix it later once I know what the answers are. So your next one's editing. The nominees are Don't Look Up, Dune, King Richard, Power of the Dog, and Tick Tick Boom.
Chris, this is so cool. I'm so glad we're using the software for this.
Isn't it fun?
This is like the best.
It's such a good idea.
I wanted to do this last year too, but I couldn't figure out a good way. And then I think I was overly ambitious with the real time idea, but I think this will work well. And I'll be updating them in real time, so everybody's scores will change, because you're going to get your Oscar picks added. Your score from your Oscar picks is going to get added with your trivia score. So it's going to be an overall score for the whole night based on what you know about the past and what you think about tonight's future. All right, so here editing is locked in. Pretty even split here between Dune and Tick Tick Boom. All right, let's go on to our third one. Makeup and hair. Makeup and hair is the next one. Coming to America, Cruella, Dune, Eyes of Tammy Faye, and House of Gucci. This feels so strange for me to be doing this, to be answering this in while I'm asking it.
I know. So Peter's filling out our answer sheet for the game, and I'm filling out a ballot. So what's the maximum amount of points I can get here? Like 15?
23.
23? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
23 awards.
Let's see what we got here. Oh, big front runner, Eyes of Tammy Faye. I agree. Are you guys going to reveal? I don't know. I didn't know how much to speak up about what my picks are.
That's what I picked.
That's what I picked.
I picked Eyes of Tammy Faye for this one, and I picked Audible for documentary, and I picked Dune. I'm going Dune for like every technical category, because I feel like that's always how it goes. Like every technical, it always goes to the big sci-fi extra, like the SFX extravaganza. All right, next one, and this one I cannot believe has been relegated to this category, is original score. And your nominees are Don't Look Up, Dune, Encanto, Parallel Mothers, and Power of the Dog.
It's tough.
This is a tough one. I'm a coin flip on this one. I don't want to say yet.
Chris, we have very similar guesses so far. I also put Audible.
Yeah, I watched about half of Audible today. I didn't get a chance to finish it, but it was really good.
It's about a sports team, right?
It's also about it's like Coda. It's not about characters. It's a documentary, but it's a deaf team. It's a deaf football team. And it's so far from what I've watched, it was really, really good. All right, so let's see what everybody thought on this one. I'm really curious. Yeah, this is tough. I'm between Power of the Dog and Dune, but I went Power of the Dog because I really like Johnny Greenwood's score. It was really unnerving. And Dune is good, but it's like Hans Zimmer standard stuff. I'm not seeing the chat here. Yeah, okay. I see Ryan's asking me to tell what I picked, and I am telling you now. All right, so let's go to number 5, production design. Production design. Oh, I got to think about this one. Actually, I got to think about how I feel. This could be literally any of these.
Yeah.
Macbeth was so good. West Side Story was so good. Power of the Dog.
I know what I'm going with. I know what I'm going with on this one. All right, let's see it.
It's interesting about Encanto being nominated for Best Original Score because it's so tied with the original music, which would be not like Lin-Manuel's music would not be the thing that's nominated. It'd be the other guy or gal who wrote the incidental stuff.
Right. So, but how much do people know that? And like, how smart are these Academy voters?
To me, okay, so a lot of my picks are always based on like, there's like a system of, I try to get into, I read about like what's won so far at like the BAFTAs and do the Bene Gesserit already know who's won?
Oh yeah.
They must. But then I also try to get into the heads of like, it feels like they're on these like 10 to 20 year delays of like give back calls, like Scorsese winning for The Departed as opposed to like Goodfellas. I love Departed, but it's not like he should have won for Goodfellas or Casino or Taxi Driver, but they were like, Departed's good enough, give it to him. And like Brad Pitt was good in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but like, that's what he won for. It's like they kind of are like,
he was great. I
like,
loved him in that.
It's okay. So most people gave it to Nightmare Alley, which will probably win. I went West Side Story because I feel like along the lines of trying to get in their heads, they love old school pomp and like that kind of like very stagey material in this category. I feel like the voters love that. So we'll see. Animated shorts. Animated short. I watched one of these today.
Which one did you see?
I saw Robin Robin.
That's a Aardman one, right?
That's Aardman, yeah. And it's the only one I saw. And from what I've heard, it's like everything else is kind of like oddly dark. Like,
yeah.
like,
I've heard good things about Box Ballet. But yeah, I don't know. Robin Robin seems like it's like a sweet story from a production company we're familiar with.
Absolutely. It's their best. It's honestly one of the best Aardman things I've seen in a long time. And yes, it has original songs. Robin Robin does. And also Alex shouting out the deco interiors in Nightmare Alley, which is like, it is gonna, and all the like the carnival stuff. That's probably gonna win.
It was the most beautiful movie.
I picked wrong on that one. It's probably gonna be Nightmare Alley. All right, so this one, I'm hoping people say Robin Robin overwhelmingly because I think that's gonna. I'm pretty sure that's a heavy front runner. All right, and it is a front runner here for TMQ as well. All right, here's number 7, live action short. Live action short. And once again, I watched one of these, and I'm going to watch it. I'm going to pick it.
I picked that one also, having not seen it, but being a fan of the creator.
Oh, and also I have Desmond put a little rainbow on a cloud, spitting a cloud like spitting a rainbow or erupting a rainbow on my hand. So that's what I didn't just like get out of a club. All right, Desmond. Let's see what we got here. All right, Long Goodbye. That's what I picked. That's the Riz Ahmed one. He wrote it and stars in it, and it's really good. I watched it this morning. So I also watched. I watched 2 documentary shorts. I watched half of Audible, and I watched 3 songs for Benazir today because that's on Netflix as well. All right, and here's our last of our first batch of Oscar picks. Here we go. Sound. Best sound. What do you think is going to win, everybody? After this one, we're going to take a break from Oscar picks and get into trivia. So here we go. Oscar trivia is going to be all about old Oscar stuff.
Old?
Almost. Oh, no. Not old, but I'm previous. Not tonight. Very little to anything about this year.
I got to see this movie. I voted for Dune for this, and I got to see it in the IMAX at Lincoln Square, the true IMAX 75-foot tall screen. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dune definitely will take it and deserves to take it. It was solid. All right, so there we go. That's round 1. These will be announced while our game is happening because these are the 8. I started with the 8 that are getting the shaft here. These are pretty big, important ones that are they're going to edit the acceptance speeches and put them into the broadcast. But like, here's my thing. This was in an effort to get the show down to 3 hours, but they just fill the show with garbage no one wants to see every year. Like, I feel like I was in a minority with this, but like, I really liked last year's Union Station Oscars, where it was just like cabaret style. Everyone's sitting at a table. It's kind of chill. We just do award, a couple of jokes, a couple of things here, but no schmaltz, no like big time wasters. It's like if you want schmaltz, watch the Tonys. That's what like it's. Don't try to be the Broadway show. Your movies.
Sure.
So that's my soapboxing about this year's nonsense.
I don't know. Last year's Oscars, though, there were no like clips of movies through the years. We didn't even get to see like clips of the actors' performances, which is one of my favorite parts of the night.
That's true. It is strange. Like I feel like maybe somewhere in between is the like you can tone it, you can scale it down, but still like. And then it was just last year that they were like, oh yeah, Chadwick Boseman is going to get a posthumous Oscar. So we're going to like disrupt the entire show. And then didn't happen. And Anthony Hopkins wasn't even there.
And they're like, cut to Questlove. All right, this has been the show. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Good night, I guess. All right. So now we're going to get into the actual, this tool is going to drive me nuts. All right. So we're going to get into the actual trivia game here. A couple of ground rules. Don't Google, don't cheat. Don't use any outside sources while you're trying to answer these questions. Number 2, don't put answers in the chat. If you're watching us on Twitch or YouTube, just head to this website down here that we had up before and join the game. Just join the game. Number 3, spelling doesn't count unless noted. Number 4, last names are fine. So if we're talking about there's a lot of questions that are actors or directors or somebody tonight, so last names are fine unless otherwise noted. Number 5, you can change your answer before the timer runs out. And number 6, most importantly, don't forget to hit submit. You must hit submit. I don't think I have any multiple choices in the trivia game tonight. Everything is short answer because I had all the other it's just the way the game kind of played out. So here we go. Let's jump into our first trivia round of the night, which is speech. Name the actor. So all 8 of these are going to be the name of an actor. So last name is fine. Remember, name the actor based on their memorable acceptance speech. I will give you the year of the Oscars ceremony, and I will describe a weird or interesting thing that happened during this actor's Oscar acceptance speech, and you will name the actor. All right, here we go. Let's jump into our first question of the night. 1997. So this is for a movie from 1996, if that helps you at all. Because these are all the ceremonies we're talking about, I'm talking about the year that the award was handed out. Despite getting the music cue that his time is up, this Best Supporting Actor winner exuberantly professes his love for everyone, including Tom Cruise, Regina King, and Cameron Crowe. All right. Once again, in 1997, despite getting the music cue that his time is up, this Best Supporting Actor winner exuberantly professes his love for everyone, including Tom Cruise, Regina King, and Cameron Crowe.
The minute you said the year, I started typing to Peter with my guess, and then I'm pretty sure it's right.
Oh, it is.
Very excited.
Yeah. Chris, for this, I'm just going to go ahead and write all the answers in the chat, if that's okay with you.
All right. Yeah, go.
I'm just joking.
No, please do. I've done it twice on your show because I wasn't paying attention. So please throw them in there. All right. So this one, I actually posted this as a hint on Instagram just a little while ago. I'm sorry for the late hints today. It's a Sunday. It's weird. It's a weird game day. So this one was for Jerry Maguire. This was Cuba Gooding Jr. Cuba Gooding Jr. is your answer. 53% of teams got that one right. All right. Very memorable, effusive speech. He was so excited. And then he did Snow Dogs directly after winning an Oscar. Question number 2. In 2014, this 4-time nominee, the second youngest Best Actress winner, trips on her way up the stairs to accept her Oscar. Once again, 2014, this 4-time nominee and second youngest Best Actress winner trips on her way up the stairs to accept the Oscar. Maybe this will help. This was her second nomination that she won on. She's been nominated 4 times total now.
She's great. I hope she's there tonight.
I have a confession. I'm not a big fan of
Oh,
Earth.
no.
I'm not a big fan of hers. I don't know.
Why
There's
not?
something.
What do you think? There's something about her.
There's something.
But-
I don't. There's something flat in her performances for me. I don't know. It just like I don't know. Maybe it's just she's terrible in the X-Men movies. I think everyone can agree she's terrible in X-Men, and I think that might be just coloring my my perception of every other movie. She is in the X-Men movie. She's Mystique. She's the young Mystique. This is Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence tripped on the way up to accepting her Oscar. All right, 73% of teams got that one right. Nicely done. Question number 3. This Best Actor winner blindsides presenter Halle Berry with a non-consensual kiss when he gets on stage. This Best Actor winner blindsides presenter Halle Berry with a non-consensual kiss when he gets on stage.
Dante knows.
Dante does know. He's got a lot to say right now. So sorry for the grumbling dog in the background.
I can't. I don't hear him. I don't hear him. Actually.
It's the thing going. Whoa, whoa. Oh, it's good.
All right, let's take a look. Yeah, let me. Oh, hang on. I'm trying to adjust my lighting here. There we go. That's a little better. All right. So this one. Hang on. Let me. A couple of scores that should be counted here. There we go. I think everybody's got it now. This guy, the youngest Best Actor winner. Actually, Jennifer Lawrence was second younger. He's still the youngest, and he came up and just kissed Halle Berry without deeply. It's so weird. Adrian Brody is
right. He was like 27, right? That's the youngest.
I think he was
Best
29.
Actor.
I think 29. I was looking it up when I was writing this. I think he was 29. Which is kind of interesting that's still the youngest Best Actor winner ever.
Yeah, the Oscars have such a thing about awarding women really young and men. You gotta earn it. You can't
chisel. Just grizzled old silver foxes. Yeah, I wonder why they love young women so much. Given the standard,
old guys,
and old men, old men are great, and young women are reward. It's like they're really wearing it on their sleeve.
Yep.
All right. Question number 4. 1993 is the year of the ceremony. At the age of 73, this Best Supporting Actor winner shows off his strength with a one-handed push-up display, then seemingly insults his City Slickers co-star Billy Crystal.
Oh shoot. What's that guy's name?
St. Peter's down by 21 with 6 left. It looks like it's coming to an end, but it was really awesome. It was really exciting in all of North Jersey, but especially here in Hudson County. Everyone was like, it was really exciting to watch them go. So excellent job, St. Peter. They're going to watch the replay of this live stream after they get off the court. So I'd like to congratulate them directly. All right. So let's see. We only got 10 in on this one. So I think it was maybe a harder one. Someone put his character name. He was Curly in City Slickers, but his name is Jack Palance. Jack Palance is the man who did push-ups and then said something about Billy Crystal, but I think he was like just busting his chops, and then Billy Crystal got super insecure and just like started making fun of Jack Palance for the rest of the night. I actually remember that happening when I was a kid. All right. 1998, accepting the award for Best Foreign Language Film, this writer, director, actor, and cartoon man walks on top of seats and rambles in Italian. He was the writer, director, and actor of for this film, not just in general, but specifically for this film. It was really his movie, and he took home the Oscar, and he was a big goofball walking on top of seats and rambling in Italian.
I remember that. That was a great moment.
I remember though, I was like, I guess I was like 98, so I was 16, and I just remember like I didn't see this movie, but I was just like, man, what the hell is going on with this guy?
I like these exuberant speeches.
They're memorable. This is like 25 years ago, and we still remember it.
That's what it's about. Like, get in the moment, do something exciting.
Yeah, instead of just like, thanks.
Yeah.
All right. So this Italian man, his name is Roberto Benigni. Roberto Benigni is his name. 59% of teams got that right. Got 3 questions left in this round. 1985, winning for Places in the Heart. This multiple nominee gives a heartfelt speech saying, quote, you like me. Right now you like me, which is often misquoted as you like me, you really like me. Sort of became a zeitgeist quote, but an incorrect quote. Who is that? Actor, actress, actor as a non-gendered term.
We've done some trivia.
Oh, now I heard Dante. I heard Dante on that one.
Yeah, he's talking. I'm gonna just hold him for as much as I can because he.
Oh, I love that bow tie. Dante,
thank you.
Sharp.
He's quiet when he's in my arms, but he gets heavy.
All right, so this one, a lot of teams got this one right. This was Sally Field. Sally Field is the answer. 65% of teams got it right. All right, question number 7, 1973. This acting legend declines to accept his Oscar, instead sending Apache actress Sacheen Littlefeather in his place to talk about the occupation of Wounded Knee and the misrepresentation of indigenous communities in film. Once again, year is 1973. This acting legend declines to accept his Oscar, sending Sacheen Littlefeather in his place to talk about Wounded Knee and indigenous representation on film, or misrepresentation.
I was going to say, we've done some rounds in the past that were like audio rounds where we cut together some speeches. So I feel like I've listened to these over and over.
So many times.
Yes.
What's interesting though is a pretty solid guess here. One team actually guessed John Wayne, but John Wayne is actually the opposite. John Wayne like freaked out about this in the crowd. I was reading. He just like, I guess it cut a little too close to home considering how many like terrible depictions of Native Americans John Wayne was responsible for. It was actually Brando winning for The Godfather. He refused to take his Oscar and sent Sacheen Littlefeather in his place. All right, question number 8, your last question of the round. While accepting the Oscar for her supporting role in Boyhood, this actress rails against sexism in Hollywood, leading Meryl Streep to point and shout in agreement, which has been turned into a meme and gets used all the time. But who is the actress who actually won and was giving that speech?
Were you a Boyhood fan, Chris?
I never actually saw it. It slipped by me because I was just like, and I, for the most part, I like Linkletter. And the idea of it was intriguing to me. Like I really like the Before films, the Before Sunrise et al. But I don't know, something about it. I was just like, I'll catch it later. And I just haven't. It's like 10 years ago.
Suddenly.
That's what happens.
Yeah, they made another Boyhood in that time.
We all had to sit through it. I made it through. Yeah, there's Boyhood 2. Another Boyhood.
Boyhood, Fast and
yeah,
Boyhood,
two hood. So this one was Patricia Arquette. 65% of teams got that right. Nicely done. So that is the end of our first round of trivia. Let's take a look at your scores and standings. After one round, we've got, let me widen this out. Oh, we got so many rounds that it's clogging up the leaderboard for me. We've got the producers. Let's see. Oh no, they're in 5th. They've got 5 points. Winning. Let's jump up to the 7s because we got a bunch of 7s. Kitty D, Ringwoodian, Spielberg, Campion, Roland Deli Betts, and how am I going to be an optimist about this, which is Meredith and Peter. And then 2 teams with perfect scores to start off. It's Ya Burnt and Mr. Body's Killers. So nicely done, everybody, on our first round. Our second round is going to be our picture round. Second round is the picture round. Let me bring Meredith and Peter back. And it's going to be a very good year. And also, while we're here, we also have another special guest. Usually, our special guests from the world of Hollywood. We're having a special guest from the world of cinema now. Usually, they come later in the TMQ show, but he's just gonna kind of hang out with us From Best Picture nominee, multiple nominees from Dune. Please welcome for this round, Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. Baron Harkonnen is here with us.
Thank you, Chris.
Did you just get out of the goo pit, Baron? That pit.
I just had one of my famous motor oil baths, so I'm feeling spick and
feeling
span.
nice and fresh as a daisy. Well, I hope you're ready to answer some trivia, Baron. It's we're very excited to have you here because this one's going to involve Dune a little bit. So this year there are 3 different actors who are in 2 different Best Picture nominee movies. We got Timothée Chalamet, who acted alongside Baron Harkonnen in Dune. He's also in Don't Look Up. Ron Perlman was in Nightmare Alley and Don't Look Up. And Bradley Cooper is in Licorice Pizza and Nightmare Alley. So this is all about actors who were in 2 different Best Picture nominees in the same year. I'm going to show you pictures of their performances and you will name the movies. The people weren't necessarily nominated for an Oscar themselves, but they were both in the movie. So each correct movie will get you half a point. All right. So here we go. Here is your first one. Your first one is Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson in 2019. What are those 2 Scarlett Johansson movies? Half a point for each, and order doesn't matter. Made it easier on this one. Order doesn't matter for these.
Got it, Meredith.
Got it.
You guys are feeling good. Baron Harkonnen, how you feeling? How's the Baron feeling about this one?
He seems sad. I can't remember the one where she's sad all the time.
You gotta get back in the balsamic motor oil, Baron. It'll jog your memory.
Oh, you're making me hungry for bread. I did bring theater snacks. I have popcorn and sour gold bears from Haribo. So I'll be.
So you're good. Are you a movie fan, Baron? You like the movies beyond Dune? Obviously, you like Dune.
I enjoy my leisure time. Got it.
All right. So these 2 movies, the first one there, both nominated for Best Picture for the year. Oh, so and also the years now are the years of the movie's release, not the year of the ceremony. So Jojo Rabbit and Marriage Story are your 2 movies.
Yeah.
All right, here comes your next slide. Also 2019, another double nominee. Al Pacino was in 2 Best Picture nominee movies in 2019 or 2020 for the ceremony. What were those 2 movies?
Good job, Peter.
I'm Dante.
I couldn't tell if that was real Dante or facsimile Dante.
It was the fax Dante. Should I come go get him, Meredith?
I'll open the door. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
I've also been groaning quite a bit.
I mean that's I know that's one of your things, Baron, is a lot of groaning and the levitation. I just rewatched Dune last night, Baron, and what was the deal with your levitation? Were you on like a jetpack? I wasn't clear on that.
I use an anti-gravity device to compensate for my morbid obesity. Apart from the chest pains and diarrhea, I could almost forget.
All right, so this a lot of teams knew that the one on the right is where he's playing Jimmy Hoffa in The Irishman, but he's actually in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, as I think Marvin Schwartz is the name of the character. He's the producer who sends Leo to Italy to do the Italian movies. All right, let's take a look at your next one. So for this next one, both Janelle Monáe and Mahershala Ali were both in these 2 movies. Mahershala Ali does not appear in the left-hand side picture. but he is in the movie in a bit role.
I can't believe it's been this long. Jesus.
Oh, sorry, I didn't put this up on the stream. There we go. Yeah, this was ages ago.
6 years. Time waits for no man. Time is an afterthought. Fill it with water or whatever he says. You want to go up? I don't know.
Except, I mean, the Baron has defied death. I feel like, isn't that right, Baron Harkonnen?
Yes, I survived a poisoning on screen.
That's right. The tooth thing, the whole the thing with the tooth. You use your obesity counterweight to go up to the ceiling like a.
Yes, there are 2 or 3 uses.
A poison ejector seat. All right,
I've
so
also defied my own body several times.
So these two movies on the left, Janelle Monáe has a much bigger role than Mahershala Ali, and I think they have comparable roles in Moonlight. They're kind of in similar amount of screen time, but Janelle Monáe is one of the leads in Hidden Figures, which is the one on the left. All right, question number 4. We've got Tom Hardy in 2015. Tom Hardy in 2015.
Oh, I actually know this one.
Look at that hair on the right.
I know. Well, this was honestly, he has like a bandana in most of this movie, but every image I tried to download of that was like corrupted. So this is the only image that worked. And this one also, I managed never to see the one.
Me neither. I didn't see it.
The bald Tom Hardy.
Bald Hardy.
It's good. It's intense.
It looks like someone took a slice of pizza from his scalp.
Yeah. Like when it's like, yeah, if you use the pizza cutter and you cut through into the box, that's what Tom's got going on the right hand side in The Revenant. He is in Mad Max and The Revenant. I'm assuming big numbers for both of these. Nicely done. Yeah, they were both in the same year. The expansion of the field to like 10 has upped this in the last like 15 years, where you see people in multiple nominated movies because there's twice as many movies.
Makes sense. Yeah.
2014, Ed Norton is your next one. 2014, Edward Norton.
Yes. Do you need the full title for the second image?
No, I do not need the full title for the second image.
Does anyone know the full title?
I actually do.
Yeah.
I think I will after the timer runs out. I'll try.
It's like a poem.
Yeah.
It's like a Rocky and Bullwinkle cartoon. You don't need both titles.
Is it a split diopter shot? Anybody? Can anybody tell?
I think they're closer than they look. Although Emma Stone's got to be like at least 3 feet from him. You're talking, yeah.
On the right, yeah.
Just based on the size of their heads. How are you putting this together?
Who, me? And they don't look that far. They don't look that far apart, but they do.
Edward Norton's head is huge. Notorious.
Yeah, they're standing right next to each other, and he's just gigantic.
He's a gigantic person.
So in this movie, these two movies are the left-hand side is Grand Budapest Hotel, the right-hand side is Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance.
Yes.
Which I don't count as, I just wrote Birdman. I will not be saying that I did not need that addendum title.
I put Hotel Chevalier and I want to kill myself.
Isn't that a short? That's a short before Darjeeling Limited, right?
Yeah, that's a short before Darjeeling Limited.
Baron, guys, if you had, let me know in the chat if you knew that Baron Harkonnen was a deep cut Wes Anderson fan who remembers Hotel Chevalier.
I only buy Criterion. please.
you wait for the Criterion release for each of his films.
Yes.
Let's see. Question. Okay, so for this one, 2002. This is back when there were only 5 nominees. John C. Reilly was in 3 out of 5, but you just got to name 2. So you've got one to burn here if you don't know it. You don't have to get all 3. 2 will get you the half points.
So tough.
Well, one of them is just like the one on the right. He's just like Mr. Guy. He's like, it's so nondescript.
Jeez, I can't wait to find out because I sure don't know the left or the right movie.
I don't think anybody got the third one where John C. Reilly is just Mr. Gentleman. Oh, sorry. Thank you. I forgot to keep the pics on, but the pictures should be they're embedded on the score sheet too. So you should be seeing them there. So this one was, but I will hang on. Let me open it up in case anybody had an issue on that. I'll give you a couple extra seconds to, I'll unlock it, let you submit your answers in case there are any issues because I wasn't keeping up with it on the main feed. My apologies, but it also should be embedded in your score sheet. Now I'm going to lock it and I'm going to reveal that those 3 movies were, the left-hand side is Gangs of New York. The second one is Chicago. And the third one is The Hours. He was in 3 of the Best Picture nominees of 2002.
Is there any on-screen character more loathsome than Mr. Cellophane?
This Baron, do you like musical theater or how is?
I find it a bit much.
Or film musicals in general. Your question number 7 is John Cazale. John Cazale in 1974. What are these 2 movies from? The movies are from 1974. Just making sure that everybody got their points here.
Tragic figure in the acting community.
Absolutely. He was in 5 movies and all 5 of them were nominated for Best Picture, John Cazale. And then he died really young.
Wasn't he with Meryl Streep?
He was. That's right. They were were they together before Deer Hunter or because of Deer Hunter? I can't remember. Sorry, I'm just regrading these, making sure I don't want anyone to lose their points. So on the left-hand side, that is him as Fredo in Godfather Part 2, or as I think I wrote Godfather Party 2.
Hell yes.
Which is that's Coppola's latest tinkering with it. It's just all the party scenes. Yeah. And the conversation is the second one. That's Gene Hackman back there. That was yeah. I want to see you. Honestly, you could make a Godfather trilogy just like Party Cut. There's so many parties in each of those films that there's the wedding, and there's Connie's wedding, and there's all the New Year's Eve in Havana, or not, yeah, in Havana party. You could definitely make a Godfather Party Cut. And yeah, Coppola, both of these by Coppola. Coppola was actually nominated in this year twice for Best Director for these 2 movies as well. And here comes your last one of the picture round, 67, excuse me, Sidney Poitier. 1967, Sidney Poitier. Which thing didn't you know? Which fascinating tidbit did you not know, Ryan? Clarify that Coppola got nominated twice that year. Because it was like he won for Godfather. Yes, he did. Yeah, and he won. He did win. A lot of times when people get nominated twice in a year, in the same year, sometimes they don't win.
Too greedy.
That makes sense. Yeah,
They are too
splits the
greedy.
vote.
You know, when Baron Harkonnen calls someone greedy, you know that's like an arrow to the heart. Because no offense, Baron, you really you ran Arrakis with just a real iron fist.
My Oscar, my Arrakis.
Did you ever do any acting in your youth, Baron?
Oh, a bit of youth theater, yes.
Oh, like when you were an actual child?
Yes.
Like a zero gravity child?
Yes, I floated across the stage, literally.
Peter Pan, I'm assuming, in the...
Yes, and a bit of ballet.
Applebot, I mean, like, Wicked.
You had a real edge on everybody. All right, so these two movies on the right, that's the one that actually won Best Picture that year, In the Heat of the Night. And on the left, I tried to include Katharine Hepburn a little faintly in the back, because that's Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. More teams got Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. I would not have foreseen that. All right, so before we check our leaderboard and head into our next round of Oscar picks, let's do our lightning round. All right, so the lightning round is a single question that has 4 answers. This one actually has 5 answers, but you can get 4 points. This one's like a name 4 out of 5 kind of thing. You don't have to get all 4 or 5 to get any points. You'll just get 1 point for every correct answer that you get. So this Oscar night, we've got 3 hosts. It's what is it, guys?
Amy
Schumer, Regina Hall,
and Wanda Sykes.
Wanda Sykes, right? I knew it was 3 people, and that'll definitely keep the show under 3 hours, having that many hosts. All right, so this one's all about Oscar hosts. So here we go. Name 4 of the 5 people who have hosted or co-hosted the Oscars 4 or more times. So these are there are 5 people who've hosted 4+ times. There's a handful that have done it 3, but 4 is kind of the upper echelon of number of hosting gigs. So I'll give you a couple seconds to think about that before I hit a 30-second timer. And remember, last names are fine. Seeing these answers roll in pretty...
Oh, no. I didn't keep it open. Jesus, no.
I can reopen it for a second. I'll open it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'm going to lock it back up. All right, so let's take a look at who has hosted the Oscars 4 or more times. Let's see what we've got. Here we go. Jack Lemmon has hosted it 4. Oh, someone got Jack Lemmon. Surprising. Johnny Carson hosted 4 times. Whoopi Goldberg hosted 4 times. Bob Hope decimates the record here with 18 times. Bob Hope hosted, hard to say, 18 times. And most people got Billy Crystal, because Billy Crystal is just like, if you're like 30 to 40 years old and you watch the Oscars, that was like, it was like your entire childhood. Billy Crystal was the host. Let me see. Oh, I see. Hang on. I see somebody. Who was that? Kitty Doyle said that you misspelled Johnny Carson. I'm giving you the point there. Of course, I see it. Yep, you're getting the point, Kitty. No problem. Of course, you got it right. And Alex pointing out trivia is hard to do when you're breastfeeding.
Tell me about it.
I can. Baron, you can certainly attest to that. All right, so let's take a look at your scores and standings here after after 2 rounds and a lightning round. We've got in 3rd place. Let's do 4th place because it's pretty high up. We've got with 15 points apiece, Kitty D and the Ringwoodians. With 17 points in 3rd place, we got Mr. Body's Killers. We've got with 17.5, Spielberg, Campion, Roland Daily Bets, and you burnt only a half point off of a perfect game. No, wait, how many points? I don't know how many points I've got after this amount. Yeah, no, that is perfect. 20 is perfect. So still plenty to go. Plenty of points, including a double points round and a bonus point question. But for now, we're going to get back into Oscar picks. We're going to pick our next set of 7 categories. So here we go. Your first one here is visual effects. This one seems like a layup here. Your options are Dune, Free Guy, No Time to Die, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, No Way Home. And just a reminder, and the Oscar goes to doesn't mean anything. That's just the dummy answer that's always going to get marked as the correct answer, just so that the software will accept something that I don't know the answer to.
Gotta be Spider-Man.
You think it's going to be Spider-Man, Baron?
Easy.
You like seeing all those Spider-Man on screen?
I thought it was a visual delight.
All right. So let's see. I think we've got looks overwhelming picks for Dune. I'm sorry, Baron. I'm guessing you're the one vote for Spider-Man No Way Home. Let's take a look at our next Oscar pick, documentary feature. This is one that often people aren't paying attention to. It's Ascension, Attica, Flea, Summer of Soul, and Writing with Fire. I actually have not. I whiffed on this category completely. I have nothing. I didn't see any of them.
We saw Flea. It's powerful.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
I'm gonna go croupier style here for a bit. Taking off the jacket.
Fun fact about Flea, hopefully not a question in the quiz, but it's the first movie to be nominated as a documentary, animated, and foreign film.
Oh, that's true.
That's
incredible. Yeah, and I have an ongoing watch project of I want to trying to at some point see every movie that's ever been nominated for Best Animated Feature. So I've got like 14 movies left to go, like 12 or 14. So the next category is costume design, and we got Cruella, Cyrano, Dune, Nightmare Alley, West Side Story. Those are...
And that just started in 2000, right? And Shrek won the first award.
2001 was the year of movies. 2002 was the ceremony. Shrek was the first one.
Well, that's nice. You don't have to go back too far.
And a lot of them I'd already seen. I think this year, because we do family movie nights, we've done them since the beginning of the pandemic. I'd actually seen like everything except Flea going into once it was nominated. All right, so let's see what we've got here. Looks like heavily favored Cruella here amongst our crowd. I went for Cruella as well. And I went for, what were the last two? I went for Summer of Soul and Dune for visual effects. All right, cinematography. We've got Dune, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story. Ryan is rooting for West Side Story on cinematography.
That will be a good spot for it to win. It's so beautiful. It's really well done.
All right, let's see which way the wind is blowing on this one. Looks like a pretty fairly even split between Dune and Power of the Dog. I went Dune because I tend to latch onto like a technical category, like who's going to win all the technical categories and just run with it. So I went with Dune. What do you guys pick?
Dune.
Power of the Dog.
I mean, it really honestly could go either way. They're both great. Great cinematography for both. All right, number 5, best original song. We've got "Be Alive," Dos Oruguitas, "Down to Joy," "No Time to Die," and "Somehow You Do." I think
Diane Warren.
By Diane Warren. I am so mad at myself. And Meredith and Peter had Diane Warren in their quiz on Wednesday, and I was just like, I think it's Diane Warren. I think I read that Diane Warren has never won, and she writes like every song. She like wrote "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing," and she's like just a hit machine. And I was just like, I'm going to change it to Diane Warren. No, I'm not. And I should have. I did not do well in last week's in your game on Wednesday though, so I did. It would not have made much of a difference. All right, so for this one, I'm expecting a pretty solid. Yeah, Dos Oruguitas. I think Lin-Manuel is a shoo-in for the EGOT later tonight. All right, number 6, animated feature: Encanto, Flea, Luca, Mitchell's versus the Machines, and Raya and the Last Dragon.
Oof. I voted for Encanto, but if Mitchell's versus the Machines wins, I would be okay with that.
It's honest. It's a really good. This is one of the best years I've seen in this category in a while.
I agree. It's very. I mean, even though like half of them are Disney or Disney Pixar, they're all very. They're very nice movies. They're very beautiful movies.
I would personal choice. If I were an Academy voter, I would go with Mitchell's. But I'm trying to get points on my ballot here. So I'm going with Encanto, and so is everybody else here tonight, pretty much. A couple teams went with Mitchell's, probably just a hope vote on this one. All right. And this is going to be your last one of this round of picks. International feature. This block of picks is like a lot of slam dunks, actually. Interestingly enough. Drive My Car, Flea, Hand of God, Lunana, A Yak in the Classroom, and The Worst Person in the World.
Have you seen all of these?
Have I? No, I've just seen Drive My Car. I haven't seen Flea yet. I will eventually because it's on that list of animated features.
I gotta say, The Worst Person in the World, it should be nominated for Best Picture. I think it was one of my favorites.
It's up for Best Screenplay, right? Or one of the screenplays.
Yeah, it is. I think original. Yeah.
So this one, I'm expecting unanimity on this one, pretty much. All right, Drive My Car, close to it. Drive My Car, I think, is pretty close to a slam dunk. All right, so let's head back to trivia here for our third round, which is this is your puzzle round, and it's called Messed Pictures. So I've got rules and example here. So this first one is just your rules and your example. So for this puzzle round, you're going to solve the clue by changing one letter of a Best Picture winning title. So here's an example for no points. Your clue would be stupid is as stupid does, like taking a big swig of Dr. Pepper before meeting the president and telling him you have to pee. So think of what Best Picture winner I'm talking about. Think about the clue that I gave you, and then change one letter of that movie title to solve the puzzle. If that makes sense. Does it make sense? You got to change one letter of the title. And again, yeah, somebody wrote something. I will I'll give you this one. Even though it's no points. It's no points for this one. So of course for this one, I'm talking about Forrest Gump, right? I'm talking about stupid is as stupid does. And this is actually something that happens in the movie. He drinks too much Dr. Pepper. But the key here is big gulp, a big swig of Dr. Pepper. Your answer is Forrest Gulp. Forrest Gulp. So Forrest Gump becomes, we're talking about a big swig. Forrest Gump becomes Forrest Gulp. I also took for this one, there's no points to be had here, but Forrest Dump I also took because maybe Dr. Pepper affects different people's digestive systems in different ways. So, all right, here we go into the actual round. Read the clue, think about the Best Picture winner I'm talking about, and then change one letter based on that clue. Now I'm really in croupier mode. I got the sleeves I got the sleeves up. Or I'm going to officiate like a bare knuckle boxing match in 1909. All right, here comes question number 1. If you're shopping in a market near the Hudson River, you might want to check out in a hurry if the Sharks and Jets show up. So if you're shopping in a market near the Hudson River, you might want to check out in a hurry if the Sharks and Jets show up. Think about the movie I'm talking about and then change one letter. Yeah, a few teams put Forrest Dump. It was worth no points, that one.
I also put Forrest Dump for this question.
All right, for this one, looks like just maybe all right. So for this one, the keys here were the Sharks and the Jets and a market and check out. West Side Story becomes West Side Store. West Side Store is your answer. All right, question number 2. As his franchise runs into the 80s, a certain titular underdog gets a little overconfident about his abilities in the ring. So think of the best picture winner. Think about the clue and change one letter. I'm really curious to see the next batch of Oscar picks is the last one, and I'm really curious to see where it's going to be all the big awards, and I'm curious to see what everybody picks. Some pretty good. I'll take that. Just like this one is one of those. Meredith and Peter, you guys run into this sometimes with a puzzle round or wordplay round. You end up with these can be open to interpretation. So if you submit something that's not what I had in mind, but I feel it fits, I will give you the point for it. But the one I was looking for this one is cocky. Rocky becomes cocky, and he does until he gets his ass handed to him by Clubber Lang, and then Ivan. I guess does he? I can't remember if Drago. He doesn't face Drago until the end, right? All right. Question number 3. An Austrian captain hires a new governess to look after his 7 kids and come up with an organization system for his giant heap of LP records. Think about that best picture winner and change one letter. Once again, I'll read it. Maybe it'll help you discern it. An Austrian captain hires a new governess to look after his 7 kids and come up with an organization system for his giant heap of LP records. Giant heap of nobody's submitted right yet, just yet. So giant heap of LP records is your key. Also, Ryan is saying that somebody's won something, but they weren't broadcasting. It's too early, right?
Maybe there are some leaks of those early ones.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe they're like, oh yeah, maybe they're showing in like the like in the red carpet. Ryan, if you have any further info, I'm very curious about this. So the movie, of course, is Sound of Music, and a giant pile of LP records is a mound of music. The mound of music is your answer. All right. Oh, hearing it was Dune for best editing. Dune for best editing. I think I picked Dune for best editing. All right. So here we go. Here comes your next puzzle. Murderous snob Hannibal Lecter eats an entire theater troupe in order to put an end to an offensively terrible Shakespeare festival. Murderous snob Hannibal Lecter eats an entire theater troupe in order to put an end to an offensively terrible Shakespeare festival.
I like this one.
You like this one, Baron?
Makes me feel smart.
I think you're a pretty smart guy in general, Baron. You're ruthless. You're tactically smart, certainly.
Done pretty well for an English major.
We've got 2 correct answers in so far.
Peter, did you see my change?
I did.
Okay. That's Silence of the Lambs is the best. I love that movie.
That's awesome. All right. So for this one, what I'm looking for is the reason it's a Shakespeare festival. Hang on, I think this was just misspelled. Oh, and that's also pretty good too. Some teams put Silence of the Lambs. I will take that. That fits. But the one I'm looking for, so I took Silence of the Lambs because it fits into that general description. But specifically because it's Shakespeare, I'm looking for Silence of the Iambs. Silence of the Iambs. All right, question number 5, puzzle 5. Oscar nominees Reynolds, Lancaster, and Bacharach store their personal effects, including bomb disposal gear, here. Oscar nominees Reynolds, Lancaster, and Bacharach store their personal effects, including bomb disposal gear, here. Iambs, yes. It's iambic pentameter. That's their iambic pentameter is made up of iambs. Those are the individual units. Oh, only a few teams in for this one. I thought this would be easier. I thought this one would go down a little easier.
Did you get mine? Did you get it? Did you get me?
Let me see. Hang on. Let me see. Yes, I got yours, Peter, and you got it correct because Misters Reynolds, Lancaster, and Bacharach are all Berts, and they would keep their stuff in the Bert locker. The Bert locker is your answer. All right, question number 6. Frances McDormand's vagabond character Fern parks her van at Fenway Park in the late 90s and blends in by getting herself a Garcia Parra jersey. Frances McDormand's vagabond character Fern parks herself at Fenway Park in the late 90s and blends in by getting herself a Garcia Parra jersey. This is one, I mean, we're almost done with it, but obviously this is a round where spelling does count because it's exact. It's one letter different. I mean, I just got one where it was like they changed the right letter, but just made a typo. So that's fine, as long as I know what you're talking about. All right, so the movie here was Nomadland, but if you went to Fenway in the late 90s, it was Nomar Land. Nomar Garcia Parra. Nomar Land is your answer. All right, question number 7. Autistic savant Raymond Babbitt has memorized precipitation levels across the globe, so his brother Charlie tries to make a quick buck by having him draw up this topographic chart. Once again, autistic savant Raymond Babbitt has memorized precipitation levels across the globe, so his brother Charlie tries to make a quick buck by having him draw up this topographic chart. This is not like I'm not doing this in disgust. I'm just doing it because it's cluttering the visuals for me. I'm taking down my peacock thing. That's not I still incredibly proud of St. Peter's. Yes, I will admit to being a bandwagon fan for this. I'm not gonna go to St. Peter's games for their name. Put it back up. No, I'm not putting it back up. I'm already gonna crash into Oscar time here. I gotta hustle. All right, so this one, the movie's Rain Man, and he drew up a rain map. Rain Map is your answer. And your last puzzle, Kevin Costner directs and stars in this 3-hour epic about a group, a bunch, either one, there's a typo there, a group of dopey Union Army officers who act stupidly around wild canines. Once again, ignore the fact that I wrote bunch group. Pick one of those two words. They're one of them work. They both work, but only if you use one of them. Kevin Costner directs and stars in a 3-hour epic about a group of dopey Union Army officers who act stupidly around wild canines.
I like the Bunch Group. I think they had
Bunch
the best hits of the 60s.
We're the Bunch Group, and we're here to make you shake your groove thing.
Yeah, they were on the Ed Sullivan show like 20 times.
Yeah. I'm Edwin Bunch, and this.
Yeah, I'm his brother, Christopher Bunch.
Yeah, and I'm Little Jackie Bunch on the drums. All right, so this one, the Bunch Group is stupid and they are dunces with wolves. Dunces with wolves is your answer. All right, let's take a look at your scores before we head into our final round, your double round. We've got with 23 points in third place, Mr. Body's Killers. Or no, Mr. Body's Killers is just out of that, out of third place, tied with the Ringwoodians with 22. Kitty D is in third place with 23. Spielberg, Campion, Roland Deli Betts just ahead of them with 23.5. And you burnt with a pretty comfortable lead, 26.5. But we do have a double points round here for our last round. And it is called Name That Oscar-Winning Tune. That is your final round. So for this one, based on, I'll give you the artist, I will give you the year of the movie, and I will give you sample lyrics. And for 1 point each, name the song title for 1 point, and name the movie that the song was from for the second point. Okay, so each one of these is worth 1 point. You don't have to get both. They're each worth a point. So here we go. Name that Oscar-winning tune. Question number 1, Elton John, 1994. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we got this far. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we got this far. So for the first one, name the song. For the second one, name the movie that song is from. So all of these won Best Original Song. Starting the timer now. Starting off, I believe a little easy to try to ease you in. I don't know. It's a good guess. A couple of other songs from Lion King, like Circle of Life, but it's not Circle of Life. That was nominated. Lion King took 3 of the top spots. Took 3 of the nomination spots that year, but this one is Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Can You Feel the Love Tonight? 1, and it's from The Lion King, of course.
Easily the sexiest song from that film.
It's got easily, hands down, except for, I mean, Hakuna Matata is, there's a chemistry between Timon and Pumbaa that's undeniable.
A kind of joyful eroticism to it.
Yeah, they'll play a playful eroticism. All right, question number 2. Bill Medley and Jennifer Warnes are your artists. 1987's the year. Song title. So song title. No, I've never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. This is a round I actually did in just a regular game once. This is almost entirely new answers. I don't like to recycle answers. There's 2 I think that I used, but it was like a year ago. Just regrading these because this has a parenthetical. The song title has a parenthetical, and I didn't account for that. But I think most people got it. That is I've had the time of my life from Dirty Dancing. Dirty Dancing is your answer.
Easily the least erotic song from that film.
You think it's the least? Yeah.
I think so.
The Swayze song is way more erotic. The one that She's Like the Wind, super sexy. Who didn't get their points? Ryan didn't get your points. Everyone should have their points at this point. So I'll just rescore it just to be safe. All right, question. You may not have submitted because everyone who I've got all the correct answers for sure. Question number 3, Dick Van Dyke, 1964. Now, as the ladder of life has been strung, You may think a sweeps on the bottommost rung. Dick Van Dyke, 1964. Now, as the ladder of life has been strung, you may think a sweeps on the bottommost rung.
You got a lot of rescoring to do for this one. I think.
Yes, I'm very, I'm very aware of this, the rescoring corner I put myself into this one on this one. I'm gonna be super loosey goosey with accepting certain answers on the song title one. All right, I think everybody's getting their points. Yeah, this is hard to spell and insane. This movie is full of insane titles. But this insane title is Chim Chim Cheree, which, if anyone's wondering how it's spelled thusly, Chim Chim Cheree, and it's from Mary Poppins. Almost everybody got that right. All right, question number 4. Jason Segel and Walter's in quotes, take note, 2011. I look at my reflection and I ask myself the question, what's the right direction to go? I don't know. This is maybe my favorite, not my favorite as a song, but my favorite song. I'm the most glad it won.
It's so good. What a fun scene. It's so funny.
And just the fact who wrote it,
totally.
It's one of those that it really broke for me. Like, the Oscars don't have to be so precious, and like a song like this can win.
Exactly.
That's just funny and a really goodly written song. Yeah, I like it.
And the funny thing about it too is that there were only 2 nominees in this category this year for some reason. I don't know why. And so it's like, oh, it's gonna win. The other was like some Tito Puente song from Rio. The song is Man or Muppet, and it's from The Muppets, the Jason Segel one, and it's written by Brett McKenzie from Flight of the Conchords, who is an Oscar winner because of this. And I was like so thrilled that he got it. All right, I know we're getting to Oscar time, so we're going to try to wrap this up here. Question number 5, Berlin, 1986. Watching every motion in my foolish lover's game. On this endless ocean, finally lovers know no shame. What's the song and what movie is it from?
This soundtrack is so good.
It's an insane soundtrack. Wait, who's singing? You're giving away answers.
I think it was the dog.
Dante, quit singing.
He can't help it. He's got a song in his heart. Sorry, knocking stuff over back here. Spilled something.
We love a good spill.
You can clean it up with that worthless banner from their basketball team.
All right, so this is from the movie Top Gun. This is Take My Breath Away.
You're welcome, everybody, I guess. Oh, all 50% of you.
I mean, Peter was singing it, giving you a leg up on this. All right, question number 6, Sam Smith, 2015. If I risk it all, would you break my fall? How do I live? How do I breathe? When you're not here, I'm suffocating. Once again, Sam Smith, 2015. If I risk it all, would you break my fall? How do I live? How do I breathe?
Peter, I thought of it. I'm sorry.
Got it. Hold on. Chris, don't you fucking...
I won't. I'm not doing anything.
Chris, I'm so sorry I interrupted your read. I was like, Peter's not looking at the chat. I told him the answer.
Did this for karaoke once.
Oh, you hit those falsetto notes?
Yes, it's right in my range.
You go, I can picture you when you elevate to the falsetto, you activate the weightlessness, and it's just incredibly theatrical.
Used judiciously, it's very impactful.
All right, yeah, you don't want to burn that.
Easy to
All
do.
Right. So this was a James Bond movie, but specifically it was Spectre. Spectre, but the song is not Spectre. It's called The Writings on the Wall. The Writings on the Wall. 2 Bond movies, one in a row. Skyfall for Adele, and then this one for Sam Smith. All right, question number 7. Christopher Cross, 1981. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. We're getting to the very end here, so I'm laying down the harder ones.
So hard. No idea.
I think that's too early.
I think this is from the animated Transformers film.
It is. It's on there with Stan Bush's "You're the Best Around." Yeah, this is right. All right. I think everybody's got their points. The name of this song is "The Best That You Can Do," parentheses, Arthur's theme. So it's from Arthur. It's from Arthur. The Best That You Can Do.
Nice.
It was like a radio hit too. And question number 8, your final regular question before bonus. BJ Thomas, 1969, title of song. And just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Once again, BJ Thomas, 1969, title of the song. They say it. And just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Give you extra time because I will say both of these answers are long to type. If that helps, if that helps as a hint, if you're between a couple of answers, maybe.
Not the genre you'd expect this song.
It's not.
To appear
It's a very weird. It's actually like very strange that this song is in this movie.
Remember when this song was in Hot Shots?
Oh, that's a better film in my mind. The ultimate buddy film, Hot Shots.
I also remember it being my association with this song though is in Spider-Man 2 when it's like there's that like weird freeze frame of Peter Parker for no reason.
If I want music,
it's great. It has it's so good. Sam Raimi's the best. Like,
so this one is "Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head" is the song, and it's from what it won. It's been in multiple movies as we just pointed out, but what it won for being in, what it originated in, was Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. All right, so let's take a quick look at our scores. We've got a lot of we've got a 3-way tie for 34th. We got Spielberg, Campion, Roland Deli Betts, and How Am I Going to Be an Optimist just out of third with 33.5. With 34 apiece, we got Lick or It's Pizza, Ringwoodians and Mr. Body's Killer, Kitty D just ahead of them with 35, and You Burnt still comfortably in first place with 38.5. But this last question is worth upwards of 6 points. So it is your post-credits bonus. The way it works is I'm going to ask you a question with 2 answers to it. Each correct answer is worth 3 points. But if you pick the wrong one, there's a fake out answer in there. It's going to knock you down to 0. So if you know one for sure and you don't want to risk your points, just pick the one, hit submit, and you'll get 3 points. So here we go. The Oscars have started. So I'm going to wrap this up and do our Oscar picks. Please dual screen, have the Oscars on in the background. I'm already missing part of it. But here is your final trivia question of the night. Which 2 of these Disney movies triple dipped? We talked about actors who are in 2 Best Picture nominees in a year, and we talked about Best Original Song. Which 2 of these Disney movies triple dipped in the Best Original Song race in their respective year, racking up 3 separate nominations in the category? So which of these took home, got 3 out of the 5 nominations? Beauty and the Beast, Enchanted, and Encanto. 2 of those got 3 Best Original Song nominations in their year. One of them did not. Pick the 2 that did. Hit submit, or pick one if you know it and you don't want to risk it.
got thoughts about this. Like, such as, did they change the rules for how you can submit? Because it makes no sense.
It's crazy. All right. So for this one, your answers are Beauty and the Beast and Enchanted. Very similar titles, but Encanto only has the, did one here. Well, now you know. Sorry. I don't know what happened there. Did anybody else get screwed out of their points on that one?
Yes. Give me many points.
All right. So those are the two. I may have clicked a button too early. So your trivia winners tonight are You Burnt. In second place, Licorice Pizza with 40. And then we got 39.5 for Spielberg. Can't be in Roland Deli Bets. And how am I going to be an optimist about this? But even though the Oscars have started, let's get our last Oscar picks in as it's going. Hopefully everybody's already watching the ceremony. It's going on behind you. All right, so we're going into adapted screenplay. If you let me know in the chat if you got screwed out of your points in that last question, because I think I screwed something up. Let me know. I'll trust you, and I will change your scores accordingly. So here we go. These are our final Oscar picks of the night. They're the big ones. Adapted screenplay. We got Coda, Drive My Car, Dune, Lost Daughter, and Power of the Dog. Let's make our picks. All right, Kitty, you were just going to guess Beauty and the Beast, so I will add 3 points to your score. Anybody else? I know I see one other here. Let me know what you were going to put, and I will believe you, I promise. All right, what are most people saying for this one? Even split between Coda and Power of the Dog. I went with Coda myself. Next, we've got Best Original Screenplay. I know that this is kind of a toss-up here. You got Belfast, Don't Look Now, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, and The Worst Person in the World. All right, so we got another Beauty and the Beast only, I'm assuming. Let me know if it's Beauty and the Beast only or if it's something else as well. All right, for this one, I went with Licorice Pizza. I'm going with Paul Thomas Anderson. I think Belfast might take it. All right, here comes our next one. We've got Actress in a Supporting Role. We've got Jessie Buckley, Ariana DeBose, Judi Dench, Kirsten Dunst, and Anjanae Ellis. Who's going to take it? Who's going to take it? Curious to see what people are going to say for these. These are the big ones.
So tough when it comes down to voting with your head or your heart.
I know. All right, so this one is, let's see, I think most people, she is the front runner, I believe. It's Ariana DeBose. I went with her as well. I picked hers. All right, our next one, actor in a supporting role. We've got Kieran Hines, Troy Kotsur, Jesse Plemons, J.K. Simmons, Cody Smith McPhee. Let me know what you think. Tell me what you think. And so once again, as the night goes on, please stick around if you want to. We will keep the chat open. This broadcast is going to end, but we will keep the chat open so we can all talk about it. And I will be updating your scores as the winners are announced. Nice job to You Burnt for winning trivia. The points will be for the overall night, though, so it really could be anybody based on how you picked. Troy Kotsur is the winner amongst TMQ here. Now, here we're into the big ones. Actress in a leading role, Jessica Chastain, Olivia Colman, Penelope Cruz, Nicole Kidman, or Kristen Stewart. What do you think, TMQ? Who's going to take it? And also, please let me know when I see some people saying that we've got just like a big, oh no, not that one. There's a big musical number happening and Beyonce is there. So I knew that if I went over, I'd just be going into the musical number which for me, I can't watch TV while I'm doing this. It doesn't really, I'm not, I was just trashing those things before, so I don't really care. All right. So who do we think is going to win? Jessica Chastain, a commanding lead amongst TMQers. She's who I picked. Who did you all pick?
Coleman.
Jessica Chastain.
I went Chastain. Our next one is actor in a lead role. We got Javier Bardem, Benedict Cumberbatch, Andrew Garfield, Will Smith, and Denzel. Who's it going to be? Ryan saying the Oscars are cringe already. Often is the case. They struck the cocktail tables for the front rows. Wait, they have cocktail tables? Where are they? They're back in Dolby, though, right? This is back in Dolby Theater this year. All right, what do we got? This is going to be a tight category, I think, as well. But Will Smith, most people saying Will Smith here.
I wish it was Andrew Garfield.
I was between Will Smith and Cumberbatch, but I think I went Will Smith ultimately.
I think this is one of those where they'll give it to Will Smith, even though he should have gotten it for Wild Wild West.
He should have absolutely. It's a give back for Wild Wild West, and I know that my wife Alex will agree with you that he should have won. All right, we got Best Director here, second biggest award of the night. PTA, Kenneth Branagh, Jane Campion, Ryusuke Hamaguchi, and Spielberg. See, Alex is on board with Wild Wild West. Man, I'm so blown out. I turned off my dark mode so that I could vote, and now I'm just like I look like Dr. Manhattan.
The shirt makes it look like you have a tan.
Yeah, I look better with this glowing shirt. All right, Best Director. What do we got, everybody? Let's see it. Campion with 44%. I agree. I think that's where it's going. And now here we go, everybody. The big one. What's it going to be? Best Picture. Who have you got?
Too many movies to watch.
Too many movies. Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story.
We did it. Wow. It was good. It's an okay lineup. There are
Rosemary is enjoying the opening number so far. All right, let's see. All votes are in. Let's see how TMQ thinks this one's going to break. I went Coda. I think Coda's got the momentum. All right, and it's close between Coda and Power of the Dog. All right, so that is it. Stay tuned to watch your scores updates, and stay tuned. We can hang out in the chat and talk and watch your scores roll in. I'll also figure out how to break down making like trivia scores versus your Oscar score. I'll show you. I'll post them tomorrow. So thank you so much to everybody who showed up. This was just a quick little fun thing to put together. And thank you to Meredith. Thank you to Peter. Thank you to Baron Harkonnen. Baron, thank you. Thank Calvin Cole when you see him for me. And everybody let's go watch the Oscars. Let's watch it together in the chat and watch these results roll in. This was a blast. Thank you so much. And I'll see you just right to the right of me. So where we'll be chatting. Enjoy the Oscars, gang. McClunky.